Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Safe Home, what feels like a BBC show about a woman who leaves her law firm to work at a organization that prevents domestic violence or helps people victims of domestic violence. The trailer is just really obtuse. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, Joan. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I guess it's supposed to be a drama, but it's so caught up in its own drama, it barely tells a story. Tell the damn story. Look, tell us what the hell's going on. Like, this trailer basically opens up with a woman going into the office. A guy gets on the elevator with her, and then she opens a secure door. He rushes in ahead of her. Shut up, Joe. She rushes in ahead of her, and he is there to, I think, kill his wife, his former wife or whatever, girlfriend maybe. So a bit extreme. I get what the show's trying to do. It's trying to show you domestic violence and how bad it is. But there was no context in the trailer. It just happens. And they don't show the murder, so you're not sure it's a murder. I had to read that it was a murder, or read into the trailer later when they mention it's a murder. And then there's a moment where the cop, and that moment is the cop asks her, well, what did you do? There's been a death at your office. And she has to correct the male cop and say, no, it was a murder. like, oh, okay, the male cop doesn't realize somebody barging into your office and shooting someone isn't a murder. I mean, I can already see the wind-up of this. There's domestic violence everywhere. That's what it seems like. I'll say this: Law and Order SVU and shows like that do a way better job because you have detectives. This main character's a lawyer. She already looks like she's in over her head in the trailer. And I had to read the write-up to understand what the hell the show was about, and that's usually a bad sign. So here's the write-up. Fleeing her public relations job at a high-profile law firm. Okay, she's not a lawyer. She worked at a law firm. 28-year-old Phoebe Rook is looking for meaning in her life when she secures a job at a free legal service that helps people escaping domestic violence. She thinks she might have found it. Tasked with securing the center's vulnerable funding, she quickly becomes entangled in a complicated legal and personal dramas of the lawyers and their clients. But you can't escape the past forever. When people discover there is an investigation into misconduct at the firm she used to work at, the journalists start circling. Sounds awful, but January 6th at Hulu if you're interested. Sounds like it's way too much to process, just in that description. Like, first off, the character's 28 years old. That is kind of young to be the main character. To be one of these characters that, I don't know what I'm doing with life. I'm going to take a job at this domestic violence thing, find meaning. And then immediately that's derailed as an event, thanks to this guy, changes the math on her working there. So then it becomes it's no longer a drama about the workplace. It's a drama about what happened. And I'm not suggesting anything about what happened. I mean, it's bad, but that wasn't the focus of the show. That could have been any job. Like, she could have been working at a laundromat and this could have happened, and you could have the same damn drama. She didn't have to be part of a domestic violence shelter in order to deal with an event that actually happened to her. Part of the showcase should have been more like Law and Order SVU. She's dealing with cases of domestic abuse that she has to, I don't know, I guess she's working in PR, so she has to advertise the place so they can get funding. That's like the wrong job. The job should, the focus of the show should be on somebody who's defending these people, trying to keep these people safe, not the PR person who's going to be an observer and, I guess, depress the whole show. It already looks like one of the most depressing things I've ever seen, and confusing on top of that. And you couldn't even get the simple concept in the trailer. Like, this should have opened with what is this place? Oh, it's Safe Home. It's a place where people who are victims of domestic violence can feel safe. Like, you needed that line in the beginning of this to tell you what the hell the show was about. Yeah, I wanted to work here because I really wanted to help people. And then boom, this terrible incident happens and she has to deal with it. You want to have the setup. Like, why are you dancing around that, Hulu? Tell me what the hell this show's about. Don't make me read the description. Most people aren't going to read the description of a trailer. That's not the... If you have to read the description of the trailer, why even have the trailer? Why not just put out a press release if you think people are going to read in this world? People who watch television read? Yeah, there's a long shot for you. And it's on Hulu, and it looks depressing as F. I mean, it's not a great subject matter. I guess it's great for drama if you like drama. But we're going to focus on a 28-year-old PR person who raises the funds for the shelter, as opposed to the people, I don't know, that are dealing with the people, as opposed to maybe the head of security or someone like that who might have to confront some of the violent people. That's... I think you've screwed this up right out the gate. If it's BBC or Hulu or whoever's running the show, right out the gate, I think you've effed up. You've focused on the wrong character for the thing you even want to do. This should have been like Law and Order SVU. It should have been about a caseworker working on cases of domestic violence every week. You're telling me it's going to be some drama about a particular domestic violence event that happened at a domestic violence shelter? That's so friggin' confusing. Again, she could have worked at a post office, a supermarket, and you could have the same exact show. The same exact show. Is this just supposed to be a platform for you to spout off about various statistics about domestic violence? Because that's not where the drama lies. You can't tell us what it's about. You have to show us a story. Show us a story. And the way to do that, if you want to talk about domestic violence, is to talk about the characters who are actually experiencing domestic violence, not the woman in charge of raising the funds for the place that helps the people who are victims of domestic violence. That seems to be too far removed and doesn't make any sense. But this is the only trailer I can find today. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. This is a TV show, by the way, so I think, I'm pretty sure, it premieres January 9th. Yeah, I think it's a TV show. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's definitely a TV show. It's the first season. So, yeah. If you want to see that, I guess. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. Perhaps I'll be less frustrated in the next rant. We'll see you in the next one.